And we are live. I'm Cindy Speaker, and I have with me today Nathan Guin, a veterans disability law attorney with Gardberg and Kemmerly. Nathan, welcome. Nathan, can you hear me?
Yeah, you broke up on me for just a second there, but I think I got you back now.
You got me back? Well, that's the fun of technology. It's very temperamental, so you never know quite when it's going to work. Let me go over and refresh your Facebook page and see if I see it here. I think we're live.
I'm sorry, I'm still losing you. It's coming in choppy.
Is it coming in choppy? Can you hear me?
Okay, now it's coming in a little bit clearer. All right, I think we're good
Okay.
now.
Okay, you know what I had to do? I had to actually X out of Facebook. So we can't even watch our own live stream because it's too much bandwidth. Can you hear me okay?
That's okay. I probably don't want to watch myself anyways. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so let's get started here. So you're going to share some tips for veterans who have been scheduled for VA compensation and pension exams, right?
Yes, ma'am. That's the topic for today.
Okay, so what is a compensation and pension exam and why would a veteran be scheduled for one?
Okay, so a compensation and pension exam is an examination that's set up by the Department of Veterans Affairs in connection with a claim for disability benefits that's been put in by a veteran. So in order to make an initial decision and issue a rating decision, a lot of times what the VA will need or be lacking is a medical opinion as to whether the veteran's claimed disability or condition is related to an event or injury that occurred in service. So the compensation and pension exams help the VA get a determination medically from a medical professional regarding whatever issue or issues may be claimed by the veteran to help them better make a decision whether they can grant benefits to a veteran after they put in a claim.
Okay, and should I go to these? Is it important for the veteran to attend the compensation and pension exam, or is that optional?
It's very important to attend the compensation and pension exams. Generally speaking, if you don't attend, whether it be for a family emergency or you try to reschedule and something falls through the cracks and there's a clerical error that doesn't catch the rescheduling, or you just don't want to go, more often than not, what we'll see in a rating decision is a denial that says, well, we scheduled the veteran for a compensation and pension exam. They didn't show up for the compensation and pension exam, therefore we can't render a medical opinion, therefore we have to deny the claim. So it's almost as if the veteran can't make it to the CMP exam. CMP is short for compensation and pension exam, because compensation and pension exam is a mouthful. So if they don't show up, a lot of times they'll say, well, if it's not important enough for them to show up for it, then then it's not important enough or severe enough for us to grant the benefits. And now we don't even have a medical opinion to grant the benefits with, so we have to deny it.
Okay. And where are these exams held? Are they in at a VA facility, or are they at a private doctor's office? Where are they held?
They can be at either. A lot of times they'll be at VA facilities. We're finding now, at least more recently, there's a lot more that are scheduled at outside physicians' office, private physicians who are contracted through the VA to render medical opinions through compensation and pension exams. So a lot of times they won't have enough doctors or enough time slots and appointment times at VA facilities, and so they'll farm them out, so to speak, or contract out with other doctors to render opinions. So if you get a notice of a compensation and pension exam if you're a veteran and it's not at a VA facility, there's no need to worry or think that anything is kind of irregular. That's something that is becoming more and more regular as we've been seeing this a lot more often.
Okay. Okay. Nathan, what, if anything, should the veteran bring to the appointment?
So what a veteran would want to bring to an appointment a lot of times is bring a friend, bring a family member, someone who's familiar with whatever condition you're being examined for or any of your conditions. Sometimes if you have multiple conditions claimed, you're not 100% sure what they're examining you for until you get there. So anyone who's got any knowledge of any of the conditions or illnesses or injuries that you're claiming, bring them along. Sometimes the doctors will let them back, sometimes they won't. But we find that it's important to have an extra set of ears. A lot of times the appointments don't take that long. There's a lot of information. So an extra set of ears that can catch something that the veteran might miss, is certainly important. And also just from an accountability standpoint, it's always nice to have somebody else in the room. Additionally, if you see private doctors for the conditions claimed and you haven't submitted those medical records to the VA, and they're not associated with your claims file with the VA, the doctor won't have access to that at the time of the exam. So it's important, if you haven't submitted those records, to bring them with you, and they can look at them at their discretion or as time permits, either during the exam or after. But at least they'll have them, and they'll have a full picture of kind of the disability or the condition that they're evaluating.
Right, right. And what does the veteran need to do after they've attended this exam? What happens next?
So what will happen next is the C&P examiner will render an opinion. What a veteran will need to do if they are unrepresented, but not represented by an attorney, is go to the records office, request their medical records from that particular appointment, because the initial rating decision that will come after the fact that they use the compensation and pension exam opinion for will cite the compensation and pension exam and the reasoning given by the examiner. So it'll be important for the appeals process for the veteran, if they're representing themselves, to know what the opinion of the examiner was, what their reasoning was, and have that information in order to respond. If you are represented by an attorney, we like to get our clients to call us 24 to 48 hours after they've gone to a compensation and pension exam, just to let us know so we can order the records from the VA facility. And also, within 24 to 48 hours after going to a compensation and pension exam, if you have any concerns as a veteran who's attended one, if the doctor was rude, if you feel like you weren't being listened to, if there's any concern, question, issues that you have in any respect, document those, write them down, submit them to your attorney or to the VA directly if you're unrepresented, so that the judge or the decision maker can have that to review in conjunction with the actual exam and the opinion of the examiner itself.
Okay. This is complex stuff.
It is. It's something we see pretty much every day, so
Okay.
we're definitely used to it around here. But it's definitely one of the more common things you see in a VA claims file or in a VA case in general. They're a part of almost every claim.
Okay. And Nathan, how can someone reach your office if they have questions?
So we're located in Mobile, Alabama. So locally, they can reach us at 251-343-1111. If they want to reach us toll free, they can reach us at 1-800-332-1529. Also, they can reach us on the web at www.gardberglaw.com. That's GARDBERGLAW.com.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, we did pretty good. We didn't get bumped off by the technology, and everything went pretty smoothly for our first time here, I would say. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am. I enjoyed it. It's been a pleasure for sure.
Okay. Well, what we can say to our viewers is go ahead and post any questions you have. You can post them right on this page in the comments section, and I'm sure Nathan will jump on there and answer them for you today. Or, of course, you can call the office. So thanks for a great day. Thank you, Nathan, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you very much, Cindy. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. Bye now.
All right. Bye.